As we start, I'd like to mention a few administrative points, if I may. For those of you who will be speaking, please keep your...
For the impact of the pandemic, which obviously continues to have on health and indeed economies across the region.
The commitments made at the recent Biden summit, if they are fulfilled, will help reduce the gap between current NDCs and a 1.5-degree pathway by approximately 14%. But that is not enough. High-emitting countries, particularly from the G20, must commit to greater decarbonization targets now. Only 40% of countries that are party to the Paris Agreement have submitted their updated NDCs, and the rest continue to kick the can down the road with vague promises and empty commitments. However, I must commend the United Kingdom for its commitment to embed into law its carbon reduction target of 78% below 1990 levels by 2035. You are leading by example, and other developed nations must follow suit. I hope you will continue to press them in the G7, the G20, and your bilateral discussions. COP26 must produce a dramatic change in global climate ambitions and set clear pathways for rapid emission peak, preferably by 2025. That is the only way we will have a realistic chance to achieve net zero global emissions by 2050. Fiji does not ask any nation to do what we are unwilling to do. We are committing to net zero decarbonization from multiple sectors, including shipping, agriculture, blue carbon, electric mobility, and waste management. Access to sufficient and affordable climate finance continues to lag far behind the needs of Pacific small island developing states. We commend the G7's recognition in the Carbis-Bay Summit communique that developed countries must increase international public climate finance contributions, particularly to adaptation. The developed economies have made an obligation to provide US $100 billion per year in additional climate finance by 2020, and that obligation is still unmet. In particular, the imbalance between adaptation and mitigation finance is deeply concerning for small island developing states. COP26 must not only expedite this commitment, it should also establish a clear pathway to setting a new quantified goal on climate finance for 2025 and beyond. As COVID-19 continues to cause economic havoc and overwhelm health systems in the Pacific, our development partners must significantly reduce debt as an instrument of climate finance. Piling on more debt is not the answer. The better approach is to unlock private sector finance through grant-based or highly concessional de-risking funds. There is very little indication of formal discussions at COP26 on the urgent need to develop a financing mechanism for loss and damage, despite it being a prominent part of the Paris Agreement package. Small island developing states were instrumental in lobbying for the inclusion of Article 8 in the Paris Agreement in 2015. But developed countries have since continued to ignore the need to finance anything other than insurance-based solutions. Financing for loss and damage needs to grow more teeth. Some teeth. We commend the work of the COP26 presidency in establishing the San Diego network and hope it can address such substantive financing issues. Finally, Your Excellencies, reaching an agreement on Article 6 is critical for Pacific small island developing states because a 5% share of proceeds to adaptation efforts will enable a steady stream of finance for at least the adaptation fund. A landmark decision on oceans is also expected at COP26 that does justice to the oceans pathway championed by Fiji at COP23. We thank the COP26 presidency and the COP25 presidency of Chile for helping shape an entry point for the oceans agenda into the UNFCCC process. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, with less than 4 months remaining until COP26, Fiji looks towards the UK COP26 presidency with great optimism. As a former COP president, I understand the weight of responsibility on his shoulders and stand ready to assist wherever and whenever needed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prime Minister, for a very clear statement and that offer of help.